right. So, we're going to try this again because YouTube is just amazing right now. Let me pull out everything here. Can you guys see me? Please tell me you can see me. Please say you can see me. Everyone's probably really confused and they're at the other live stream that did not work. All right. Moderator, could you please drop a link in the Discord chat? Because I actually need it on my end as well, so that I can pick up some comments on my computer. Por favor. Someone do that, like now, please. Got it. Thank you. Pulling up some comments real quick. Got some echo. Let me pop the chat out. First, let's acknowledge who is here. That fellow there, moderator and channel member, certified T3 bot. We have Car Guy 427. We have Eric Dembick. We have Jeff Ott. We have JG. Jack O'Sullivan, certified T3 bot, is here. Duke of Calgary, certified T3 bot. Just Solo Gaming, certified T3 bot. Dems is even here. Sakari, certified T3 bot. All right, Dean, by the way, Dean has given me the license to rant. So who wants to know about the new watch that I got? Now, I was late, very late for this live stream, because I had to go pick up the watch. So who wants to know? So who wants to know? So what you want? Jay Pagel. It's from AliExpress. No, it's not from AliExpress. Is it a Seiko 5? It's not what you think it is. It's absolutely not what you think it is. We are at 100, so we need to talk about the watch. Well, just show them the Bapex already. Milk and the moderators here. All right, I got a new watch. It is a 5KX, kind of, but it's not one that you can order from the internets. Well, not from Seiko anyway. You can get one. This one, this watch right here, this gorgeous, gorgeous dive watch, is known as the T3 Timeinator, and it has been custom built by 4:44 p.m. It is, in fact, a modded Seiko. Everyone wants to know about my Seiko SKX. Everybody wants to know about modding Seikos and how I feel about them. So here's what we're going to do. I actually have my SKX with me. One moment. This is my Seiko SKX 007. All right, has a Hardlex crystal. It's flat, has the normal bezel. This one's perfectly aligned as far as the chapter ring and everything. Has great lume, threaded crown, all that jazz. But what if you want to step it up a little bit? What if you want to make it look a little nicer, work a little better? You get a T3 Timeinator. And again, my boy Nathan over at 4:44 p.m. I've known him pretty much since I started on Instagram. And we've gone back and forth, you know, interacting on the internet, but he's fairly local to me in Southern California, and we met up this morning, and he gave me a birthday present, and it's a custom-made Seiko for my birthday, known as the T3 Timeinator. Now, I want to do an episode about this, obviously, so you can see it in HD, and we can get some really nice macro shots. But you can see this does not have a flat Hardlex crystal. This is a sapphire, a domed sapphire, and I actually have a bit of a spec sheet, if you don't mind. May I read the spec sheet? By the way, Nathan is the man. over at 4:44 p.m. Like, he is actually the man. Moderators, could you please link the Instagram handle? It's okay, I'm just gonna write it. It's all the number 4:44 p.m. with underscores in between each word. Excuse me. Anyone have an opinion on a bun strap? I do have an opinion on a bun strap. Man Cave Leather. ManCaveLeather.com. Bun straps. Write to them. Tell them I sent you. Beautiful bun straps. Man, I got so many watches with me right now. But this T3 Timinator, it uses the 444 stainless steel SKX style 200 meter case. Okay. It has a polished and brushed finish, so you can see here over on the front of the lugs it's brushed, but then on the sides there's a mirror polished finish. My cats are both in the office right now and they're yelling at me. The movement is a Seiko Instruments NH36A, so this has hacking and hand wind. It's regulated with black and white day date. So there's kanji day and there's white date. So it's a black kanji day and a white date. And then it has an OEM Seiko 5KX dial. Let's see, the hands are A-Juice T 62H S01 62M hour and minute hands OEM Seiko 5 second hand. Chapter ring is an OEM 5KX black chapter ring. The crystal is a DLW SKX 007 sapphire double domed, and this is a no bevel, so you can see it's very, very flush to that bezel. I'm gonna have to do a full episode on this, obviously. The bezel is a DLW SKX LX brushed steel. It's kind of got a matte finish there. Really, 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 really sick. It is, oh yeah, I actually want to show this part. He even has engraved 444 Seiko mod. It's really cool, man. The crown is a Seiko crown, but there's something I want to show you guys that I think is just incredibly special. Ali, it's not really the new Seiko 5. It's something much better. It's known as the T3 Timinator. Get a new pewter? I don't get it. I'm on my phone. I want this to be in focus. My phone is not focusing. It says T3. The crown says T3. There's another thing about the crown that I want to share with you. Here's why it's not a 5KX. You see this crown? Man, the crown won't come out. Oh wait, that's because it's threaded. Yep, see, this is what Seiko should have done in the first place. Yep, that's right. This has a fully threaded crown, the way a dive watch should be. So not only is it a threaded crown, and not only do the seconds hack, the seconds are hacking, they've stopped, it also says T3. So this is pretty much my ideal build. Very, very excited about this watch. Special thanks to 4:44 p.m. Nathan over there built this himself for me for my birthday. Yeah, incredible. And I know I'm going to get some questions again. I'm going to make a full review, like a full spec build up and everything. If you are interested in something similar to this, I'm not his sales guy, but if you're interested in something similar to this, or really anything, go to 4:44 p.m. and let him know that the time teller sent you, because very excited about that. But I'm going to get some questions about the bracelet. And I actually, because this is probably one of the cooler bracelets I've seen on a mod. It's very sporty, very diver. The bracelet is a strap code. So it's a strap code 22 millimeter. Hexed. Stainless steel double lock clasp. Very, very cool. Very comfortable on the wrist. Very hefty, as it should. As it should be. Hold on, my cats are doing something they're not supposed to do. One second. They're playing with something. My bad, guys. All right, my cats are being little demons. But 4:44 p.m. Super duper excited. Yeah, he's the freaking man. They did not need to, or he, I should say, Nathan, did not need to do that. It's incredibly nice, the support I have in the watch world, to get me a birthday present, and not just to give me a birthday present, but a birthday present so personalized. You know, not only did he get me a watch, he custom made the watch, he built it himself, and not only did he do that, he like legitimately put my name on it. It's just incredible. So thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys are excited about seeing the full review. Jay Pagel, I don't need a clock because I wear a watch. Looks bulletproof, to be honest. Taco, for whatever I will be using this with, I think it is pretty much bulletproof. This is going to be kind of my new everyday sports watch. This is what I'm going to reach out for when I want to go to the beach, when I want to go swimming. Looks really cool. When things actually fully open up and I'm able to go on vacation, this would be a really fun vacation watch, especially if I'm going to go to like Santa Barbara or something. Yeah, this is just amazing. So just wanted to share that with you, and just wanted to show you that I'm okay. Some people were concerned because I wasn't on my 11:30 a.m. live stream, but it's because I wanted to drive over and pick this watch. I was too excited about the watch. I apologize. I'm a little bit greedy. DJ Jones says, it looks a lot like my Planet Ocean. Must be an Omega Omag. Haha, it's a nice looking watch. I don't know how this looks like a Planet Ocean. Does a Planet Ocean have a 4 o'clock crown and a Seiko dial? That's weird. I guess Omega's doing homages of Seikos now. Didn't know. Stuart, Certified T3 Bot says, I love my brother Adam's pick, Lee, John Malcolm, Mike, Duke, Matt, Rick, Dan, and many others. Michael says, Jory, please one more time a recommendation on a band. Who did you suggest? Man Cave Leather. Man Cave Leather. Tell them I sent you. You're going to have to write to them and ask about a bun strap because it's not on their website. It's a secret menu item. He had the Defender ready for the question. Yeah. No, I was wearing this morning, and I drove out to go pick up this watch, and then when I got this watch and I saw it, I was like, pfft, and I threw this out the window, and then I put this one on, and then I was like, wait a minute, I actually like that watch, so then I got it back. Good strap for a pilot's watch? A bun strap, honestly. I think they were developed for pilots. The review of the Defender made me get an Orient Maestro. Well, enjoy. But if you don't mind, I'm going to put on my new T3 Timinator. Depar says, I love your beard. Thank you. Milk on the Moderator says, maybe Jory will put macro shots of the T3 Timinator in the members-only Discord chat for members to enjoy. That's true, I will. I'm going to be taking pictures of this watch today, and I'm very excited. What would you recommend for a high schooler with a limited budget? Probably a G-Shock DW5600. Mike Kalustian, Certified T3 Bot, says Mikola is great. He's doing secret stuff for the strap I want. Mikola is the head guy over at Man Cave Leather. Really nice dude. What would be a good college daily watch? Well, Abdul, I've made 2 episodes for students and college kids when it comes to watches. I don't know if the moderators can find that, but yeah, it's... You guys have limited budgets. I get it. I was there too. I was a student as well. I've made 2 episodes. Yeah, this is not your regular 5KX. This one has a threaded crown and a bunch of other cool stuff. Is the GBDH 1000 really resistant? I bought it for my dad thanks to you, but was questioning this point. What do you mean, is it resistant? Is it water resistant? Yes. Why wouldn't it be? Milcom has a link. The best watches for college students on a budget, if you click that. Milcom's a moderator. Taco, why aren't you a member? Look at that. Look at that sapphire. The iPhone doesn't do well up close. I'm going to have to do, obviously, a full video with my camera rig, but... What? Do you like it too? Holy cow, Andrew Briggs. What? Dude, what is going on, man? I cannot believe I grew up with Andrew Briggs for pretty much my entire life in New Hampshire. I miss you. I love you. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for finding my YouTube channel. I've been keeping in touch with your brother, though, with Steven. Tell your mom and Jared I say hello as well. It's so funny. Small world. Hexed bracelet looks great on a samurai. Where in New Hampshire are you from? I'm from Amherst. So people want to know what the new watch is. 444 made me a custom-made 5KX. So let me do the full rundown. All right, so this is the T3 Timinator. Custom built by 444 PM. Has a 444 stainless steel SKX style case, 200 meter diver, has polished and brushed finished. The movement is a Seiko Instruments NH36A regulated movement, has black and white English and kanji day date wheel. The dial is an OEM Seiko 5KX dial. The hands are the 62H SO1, 62M hour and minute hands with an OEM Seiko 5 second hand. One of my favorite parts about this watch is the no bevel sapphire crystal. This is not hard Lex, this is a no bevel flush to the bezel sapphire with blue AR coating, because I think that's my favorite. I think that looks really cool. It has DLW SKX 007 LX brushed bezel. Very sharp, but smooth as silk. The case back is an NH36 case back. You can see it has his engraving, Seiko Mod by 444 PM. The crown, so this is probably my ultimate favorite part. The crown says T3. That's the first thing I love. But the second thing I love is that the crown is threaded. So this is not a 5KX simply because of that. This has a threaded crown. So this is a watch I will actually swim with. Super chat! LT says, I made it to 2 live streams in 1 week. Thank you so much. DB says, completely modded, very little OEM. Looks bad boy, man. Enjoy it. Thank you so much, brother. I think it looks pretty good on my wrist, if I do say so myself. Saving this spec sheet for people that want to know more. Please check out Nathan over at 4:44 p.m. He even gave me a Seiko 5KX box. Bunch of stickers. Gonna put one on my Hydro Flask. Gonna put one on my Jeep. And I'm officially a Seiko mod guy. I have my own Seiko mod. What about the bracelet? I forgot to read about the bracelet. My bad. This is a strap code hexed bracelet. 316L stainless steel. You know. But the really cool part about this bracelet, it has the double lock clasp. Shoulder roll arm wave. That was a good clap. You hear that? I don't think I could ever replicate that. What were the hands again? The hands... the hands are AJuice T 62HSO1 62M hour and minute hands with an OEM Seiko 5 SNZ F17 second hand. Very, very nice. Very nice. Maybe he can mod a vague bubble back. Yeah, I'm gonna ban you actually now. Nick P, you're late. It's midnight here. Yeah, I was picking up a new watch, Dad. Welcome to the Seiko Mod Nation with your very own T3 Timinator build. Yeah, I'm super excited. Maybe we can convince 444 to keep this as one of his like standard like product builds. If you guys are interested, you want to do some form of like group buy or something, maybe we could do that. But I have full spec sheet here. People are saying the pictures are crooked with your OCD. Grow up, no one cares. How much would it cost? I don't know, because it was a birthday gift. I'm gonna have to talk to 444 about that. I wish I had a price for you. But yeah, Mike Capone wants one. Please tell 444. Tell 444. You know, this is serendipitous as well because 4 is my lucky number. So 4:44 p.m. If you want to tell them that you saw it here and that you really enjoyed the T3 Timinator, he would be happy to make you one, I'm sure. So, yeah. And if he obviously knows the specs, but I have the specs as well. So if you like some of these and you want him to do it to your watch, just let me know. Patrick, Certified T3 Bot, says, I've got Wi-Fi now at camp and never miss a weekend live stream again. That is really cool. I used to try, some of my longtime members, or some of my longtime viewers will know, I used to try to live stream from my Jeep when I was out on the trail, but I never got service, and it was very frustrating. If there was a way to boost that, that would be really cool, but I don't know how to do that, so. But it would be really fun to be able to hit the trail on the weekend and live stream. Lee said hello. What's going on, Lee? 444 is here. Very, very cool watch. Hope you don't mind, Nathan. I've been bragging about the watch the whole time. I went over the spec sheet. There's multiple people here that are interested in the watch. I think you may have just created a long workload for yourself because people are asking for this to be a spec build. So maybe you should offer T3 Timinators. I don't know, I'm just saying. This is a pretty sick watch. I'm just saying. This is gonna be my go-to diver. Very, very fun. Love the bracelet. Love that no bevel crystal. Look at that. Again, expect a proper video so I can actually show you this up close. But love that it says T3 on the crown. Very, very cool. Love it. SoCal Watch Reviews in the building. Does my Jeep have locking differentials? Yes, front and rear. I have a Rubicon, and those came with front and rear locking differentials. Stuart Phillips, Certified T3 Bot, says, what do you think of your competition? I don't, in where? Powerlifting? Everyone's weaker than me. Mike Kalusjan, really good modders are artists. That's beautiful. I agree. And it's something that I don't have. I would say I don't have patience, but it gives me anxiety to think about putting watches together. Matt B, Certified T3 says, Lee says hello is what many Bapex owners have heard slightly before the long sleep. That's very true. Abdullah, thank you so much. What do you think of your competition? That's a funny question. I don't have, what competition? Again, in powerlifting, they're all weaker than me. Other watch reviewers, I think they're probably all weaker than me as well. Matt B says, what? How do you know you're stronger than me, Jory? I've never lifted before. That means I have 30 years of saved energy. Dude. Watch out for this guy. Reading comments. Ever checked into the Strela chronograph space watch? I find the Soviet space watch rather spiffy. I have not. I'm more of a Speedmaster guy and a speed timer guy. Call me crazy. Any comments? It says there's 150. Oh, okay. Sorry, my computer lagged. Is there any watch you would like to have named after you? This one, T3 Timinator. Pretty happy with this one. What type of movements do I prefer? If we're talking vintage, hand wind. If we're talking modern, then automatic. Looking forward to getting a fresh cut. Yeah, my barbershop opens on the 30th, so I'm very excited about that. Oops. Dropped my hat. Should I buy the Tudor Black Bay and Blue Dial? You probably not. You probably shouldn't buy any Tudor Black Bay. You probably shouldn't buy any Tudors, in my opinion. Andy G says, hey Joy, greetings from London, England. 10 days until the beard toupee fix. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get an appointment, but they open on the 30th. So I'm very excited about that. Chevy Guy says, Jory, I finally got out for a cut and I couldn't do below mask, so no beard love. Catching up to you. I doubt you're catching up to me, but I understand. If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be? Probably just telling time. Well, noob gains are a thing. When your body is not used to stimulus, smaller amounts of stimulus create bigger gains. So there's something known as diminishing returns. This is true in life with pretty much everything, with business and the gym, anything. So the more stimulus your body gets, the more stimulus it takes to create new gains. So that's probably why noobs gain more muscle at a faster rate than people that have been lifting longer. However, people that have been lifting longer have more muscle maturity and they're able to have a bigger output. Javier Morales, do you play any video games? Yes. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, Warzone, and I've been I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. And that's a lot of fun. But I play with my channel members and it's a really good time. I haven't got Last of Us yet. You doing okay, man? You seem tired? I'm a little bit tired, but it's because I had a very long weekend already. Friday was crazy. I actually worked on my Jeep with my dad yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I've been... Joe Mama says, and grouchy. He's tired and grouchy. Okay, Joe Mama. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 is something that I can see people putting a lot of time into as well. I've never played any MMORPGs, but like I never got into WoW or anything, but I am very much into Final Fantasy and I really, really like Diablo. And so for some reason, during this lockdown, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try out Final Fantasy 14, see what it's like, and I've actually been having a ton of fun. So, yeah, it's I would recommend. Now, I've heard that Last of Us 2 was incredibly disappointing. I don't want spoilers here. If you even jokingly put a spoiler, my moderators will ban you. I will ban you. Last of Us was one of my favorite games ever. I got it on PS4. So much fun, such a great story. But then I've heard online that Last of Us 2 is not good. And so I don't want to play it yet because I don't want it to ruin the series for me. I don't want it to ruin the first one. So anybody can give input if they agree it's good or bad. You can tell us why it's good or bad as long as you don't give spoilers. That'd be great. Dirtbagger says, not a gamer. Her. What was the last name What was the name of the book you've recommended on your shelf? A Man and His Watch. A great, great book. Probably my favorite book when it comes to urology. This taco says, not going to spoil it, but knowing you, it will ruin the first one. That's a bummer. RuneScape. Never got into RuneScape either. Am I going to get PS5? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to get PS5. I went from PlayStation, so I had a PlayStation 2. When I was even younger than that, I borrowed my friend's PlayStation 1 so I could play Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 7. And then I got a PS2, and then from there I skipped PS3. I had an Xbox 360, and then after that I got PS4, and then now it looks like I'm just definitely going to get a PS5. So why don't you recommend Tudor? That's generally for the brand or... Hold on. Why don't you recommend Tudor? That's generally for the brand or simply referring to specific models, specific reasons. Tudor is a very lazy company. Tudor is a company that wants to distance themselves from Rolex, but then for some reason everyone that owns a Tudor can't stop mentioning its lineage to Rolex. So it never really... Even though it is independent of Rolex now, it's... People say, oh, it's essentially a Rolex. Like, they'll point to their Black Bay, and they'll say, oh, well, this is essentially a Rolex. Even though it doesn't have a Rolex movement, an Aigler movement even. It doesn't have an oyster case. There's really nothing Rolex about it. So I don't understand. That's like saying Volkswagen owned Lamborghini for a while. So my Volkswagen Jetta is essentially a Huracan. I'm sorry. But, you know, my trolls will say, oh, he's a snob. No, it's just the truth. Sakari, 1138, channel member with the super chat says, Last of Us 2, is that the one where we learn Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader? Man, Sakari, I said no spoilers. I just found out Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's dad. There, I said it. I said it. I said it. Any watch recommendations for a 15-year-old? Probably a DW 5600, honestly. When I was 15, I was still out getting in trouble and stuff. I needed a watch that was durable. Do you use Rogaine on your beard? I don't know. Does your mom use Nair on her face? Next, you're gonna tell me that Luke and Leia are related. Dude, they kissed each other. They better not be related. Hi, Jory. It's raining in PA. Does it rain where you are? Absolutely not. Pretty much never. And when it does rain, people act like it is a nor'easter. They act like it is the most harsh conditions ever. It gets a little bit slick on the roads, and then pew, people have no idea what to do. It's terrible. Got my Evo back from service, running like a dream. How's my STI? Gorgeous. We drove it for a few hours today, Connie and I. It was a whole lot of fun. Nick Silverstein, Bruce Willis is actually dead in The Sixth Sense. How do you like having a manual transmission? Every car... No, I've owned one car that was an automatic, but every other car I've ever owned has been a manual transmission. I owned a Jeep Liberty Renegade, a 2004. I owned a 2004 Jeep Liberty Renegade that was an automatic. And then every other car has been manual. I love it. So it's save the manuals, guys. Would I rather have a $50,000 watch or car? I don't think of watches based upon a price, so it's it depends on the watch and it depends on the car. Derbacker with the super chat with the cheerleader celebrating. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. We literally 6 pieces of content a week. Can't do it without you guys. So super chats aren't expected, but they are very helpful. Thank you. Can you explain what TJ means in reference to Wranglers? So this is a this is like a big, I don't want to say argument, but it is a big what am I thinking of? Like, not an old wives' tale. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something. So this is one of my favorite books. The Joy of Jeep. And it goes over all like a whole bunch of different Jeep stuff. I also have a Jeep Encyclopedia. And it goes over all the different designations, you know, from when we're looking at Wranglers, like CJs, all the different CJs, YJ, TJ, JK, JL. And people argue that the designations mean something. The truth is, they don't. They pretty much don't mean anything. But TJs were made from 1997 to TJs were made from 1997 to 2006. I have a 2006 Jeep TJ, which is the last one they ever made. It's the last TJ Rubicon. Very proud of it. I will do everything in my power to never sell it because it reminds me of my dad. And that's like the most important thing to me. So I absolutely love that Jeep. I got to work on it with my dad. Unfortunately, it only took like 30 minutes, the thing we were doing. I wish it was a little bit more of a difficult process so I could like hang out with my dad a little more, but and of course I was wearing my mask and everything. But it was still fun to hang out. Derbagger says, okay, your manual love made me your biggest fan. Thanks, man. Mike Capone, Donald Pump said, can someone explain the Lost finale? So this is another show. Okay, so when I was in college, this guy named John Tetro tried to get me into Lost, the show. He was obsessed with it. He said it was the best thing ever. I asked him what it was about, and I watched the first 2 episodes. Okay, so there was like a plane crash or whatever, and then I was like, where does it, like, what goes on from here? And he's like, well, okay, like, this happens, and then this happens, and then there's this, like, huge guy that, like, they find food, and then this huge guy secretly, like, eats all the food, and then there's a smoke monster, and they think the smoke monster is this one guy, because he turned into it, and then there's, like, and I was like, whoa. Dude, whoa. And yeah, I've only ever seen 2 episodes and I never got interested in the show. Sakari, if designations are meaningless, why have them? I'm not saying they're meaningless. I'm saying that I don't know if it stands for like a name or something outside of it merely being a designation. So like a reference number. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if the numbers in like the 1016 Rolex, I don't know if those numbers correlate to anything mechanical in the watch or any property the watch has outside of it being a designation. So, for instance, I know what the TJ means. The TJs typically had a straight six-cylinder 4.0 liter engine. They had solid axles, coil springs all around. The newer ones, like towards the 2006 era, had disc brakes all around. The older ones had drum brakes in the rear. So it's like, I know certain properties each designation had, but I don't know if those designations correlate to any property that the Jeep had. Does that make sense? This is Taco with a very funny question. What would be your dream video game watch brand collaboration? I think the only answer would be Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger's whole plot has to do with you going back and forth through different times. So you would need that, and because Chrono Trigger is a Japanese role-playing game, I think it would make sense for it to be a Seiko. I would have it as a Grand Seiko spring drive chronograph Chrono Trigger. That's what I would, that would be my pick. Cascody G says, haha, look at Formex watches. They're sending me a watch on Monday. So, good timing. What do I think of the Seiko Brian May? As much as I'm a fan of Queen, I don't like that watch. I think it's just too loud. No pun intended. It's just ugly. Matty S 146 certified T3 bot says hi from UK, new T3. Maddie, certified T3 bot, thank you so much. Dan Wazee, certified T3 bot says, what's up T3 Nation, popped in for the rest. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us. Milk in the Moderator says, 3 watches still available at the Time Teller shop. That's for the current collection if you want to take a look at those. What do you think about the Mito Ocean Star in the sub 1000 category? I would check out the Mito Baroncelli. I know that it's not a sports watch. It's very much a dress watch, but that's probably my favorite Mito. Did you ever try carbon fiber wheels for your car? No. One of my cars is a Jeep that goes off-road, and the other one I'm building is a rally car. So carbon fiber wheels probably would not be the best option for those. Antoine Allard says, watching this from Belgium. What's going on? One of my favorite fictional inspectors is a Belgian man. He's a Belgian Inspector Poirot. Yeah, the Baroncelli heritage is incredible. No, but Daniel, I'm very picky about the wheels I put on my car. So, like, I got the bronze Sparco Terra rally wheels for my STI. And then for my Rubicon, I got rid of the Rubicon Moab wheels and I put on just steel, just black steel wheels. Because if you bang them up on the trail, you can just hit them with a hammer and fix them. Taco, thank you. Adam H, certified Teeth Rot, says, Jory, you should create your own version of Poirot. I kind of do. I have Inspector Harder and Special Agent. No, I have Special Agent Harder, and I think I had Special Agent Goodman also. So there's two like detective characters, but I think I could do a Poirot type character as well. Hi, Seiko. And to celebrate my new Seiko mod, we have a Princess Seiko. Hi, baby. This is my little fluffy loaf ball named Princess Seiko. She's my baby. Link loves my kisses. She hates my kisses. Sakari, whatever happened to Monta getting you a watch? So I think a lot of companies with the couriers being held up because of COVID and because of the subsequent, there was looting in a lot of cities and curfews in a lot of cities. I think that kind of slowed down people sending watches out. I noticed that from my end. So yeah, it's gonna happen, don't worry. But I think Formex, by the way, I'm starting something real quick. Sakari, this one's for you. I'm starting something called Micro Brand Monday, where I'm gonna look at micro brands every Monday until I can't get any more. So far I have 1, 2, 3 in line coming in. Hopefully I can get even more. But I'm gonna try to do a micro brand Monday here and there. I hope you guys enjoy it because I got so many questions about micro brands. I'm gonna start taking a look at some more micro brands. I hope you don't mind. We got a super chat from some girl named Connie Z. Says, Seiko, I wonder who that is. That's my girlfriend. The Crime Teller, the best story known to man. Daniel Hill, Jory, do G-Shock DW 6900 watches, especially older ones, retain value over time? No. G-Shocks don't. Would you ever drive, own a rotary? Yeah, I would. I don't, but like an RX-7 that hasn't been gutted without a stupid LS swap. If I could find a clean RX-7 that hasn't been totally ruined by some kid that wants to be, you know, initial D, then yeah, I would buy one. Special place in hell for those who LS swap a rotary. Yeah, it used to be 2JZ everything. Put a 2JZ in it. Oh, take a Nissan, put a 2JZ in it. Oh, check this out. I put a 2JZ in my Honda pickup truck. It's like, okay, cool. And now it's just LS swap everything. I hate it. Yeah, Mike Capone, it's because you had a limited edition that was already more expensive than a standard G-Shock. That doesn't count. A normal G-Shock does not appreciate. Most watches don't. That's the sad truth. Have I heard of the Subaru STI S209? If so, thoughts? Well, of course I've heard of it. It's the first S20 anything that the US has gotten. And the unfortunate truth is Super Street, the magazine, did a full expose rundown of that car, and they pretty much came to the conclusion that I came to. The only thing you are paying for with the S209 is the limited edition badge. Okay, it's limited. It's very expensive. Certain dealers here were selling them for $90,000, like above $70,000. You can take an STI. Okay, so here's the conclusion they came to, and here's the conclusion that I came to, and it's the same. If you buy a WRX, it is harder to turn that WRX into an STI versus if you bought an STI and you wanted to turn that into an S209, okay? Because all that it has is wider wheels, it has an HKS turbo, and it has a sprayer on the intercooler. You can do all of that to your STI and it would be the same. It just wouldn't be limited. And so if I had all the money in the world, yeah, I would buy the limited edition S209 to say that I had a limited edition S209. But the truth is, for a daily car, I'm not going to buy a limited edition car if it's my daily driver. That's what I'm getting at. Lord Elgin with the super chat says, which are worst, Invicta Pro Diver or Black Bay people? Honestly, between those two, Vostok people. Milcom, round of applause. Round of applause for my moderators. Reading comments, 1 second. Just got a message. Honest opinion, 2000s versus 2010s. Anything before 2020. Favorite aftermarket exhaust company? I have Borla products on my Jeep and on my STI. May contain bleach. Big true. Ruan from Belfast, Ireland. What's going on? Suneeth from the Republic of Ireland. What's going on? Yeah, YouTube's emojis are different than regular emojis. Dan Wazi says, my package just arrived, Jory. Oh, happy day. Dan picked up my Chris Ward C1 Grand Malvern Moon Phase, supporting the channel so that I can get other watches to review. Thank you so much, Dan. Mona Lifta says, it sounds like you're very involved in many of your interests. Do you ever feel like you're getting burned out for pursuing many of them at once? Well, sometimes, but not in regards to the hobbies or interests themselves. So I'm never sick of watches. I'm never sick of my cars. It's just life. Life gets in the way. You can't always be doing things you want. As much as I'd love to just look at watches and just play with cars, there's things that you have to deal with, like taxes and stuff. So it's like it's the word my dad uses all the time is modulation. You have to learn to modulate your life and know how much to put in what and when. And that's the trick, right? So, I think I've been doing better than I used to when it comes to modulation, but I'm also kind of an all or nothing dude. Which is, I think, got me in trouble when I was younger, but I think it's what's leading me to success nowadays. If I'm interested in something, I'm obsessed with it. If I am not that interested in something, I just don't. I hate it. And that's kind of a bummer in some ways, but it's something I'm working on, but it's also something that I am cognizant of and that I am admitting. So, yeah, if I'm a little bit interested in something, I become obsessed with it, and I learn as much as I can about something. And then, if I'm not very interested, then I hate it. I'm like repulsed by it, which I get it. It sounds pretty bad. I think that got me in trouble with school. For instance, if I had to write something creatively, I would spend all the time in the world trying to do that. Or if there was something I had to read and it piqued my interest, I would read obsessively about that, and then I'd find more books about it and more books about it. But if there's things like math or like social studies and it wasn't something interesting, then I just literally would not do any of the work. I'd be like, cool, not interested. And that was really stupid of me. But it's, I admit it. I'm not perfect. I'm not a hero, guys. So don't look up to me. But weightlifting, cars and watches, that's like my big three. And obviously, family, Connie, that's above all of those. And it just so happens that as a man, growing up, it seems like our hobbies just become more expensive. You know what I mean? It's like we used to collect Hot Wheels toys or like Matchbox cars, and now we're like collecting like cars and buying car parts, and it's just terrible. Watches aren't cheap, car stuff isn't cheap. It's terrible. Don't do any of the stuff I do. I do this so that you don't have to. This taco says, I look up to you because of those biceps and because you have a watch named after you and because you do what you love. I appreciate it. Matt B also hates math. Matt B certified T3 bot. Adam H certified T3 bot says, sounds like you have a good balance. Yeah, I try. He says you have a good balance of hobbies, watches, cars, working out, video games. I don't know if I should be proud of this, but the truth is that ever since quarantine, video games have become a much larger part of my life. That's true. Dan Katz says, real heroes have faults. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. And Dan, you're probably right, because most heroes are real people and not fictional. But I will still echo the fact that I am not a hero. Joe Cool says, because saying maths is obnoxious and pretentious like everything else British, I prefer to say arithmetic. Mike Klusian, certified T3 bot, says, oh man, watches, guitars, not to mention my cars and whiskey get more expensive every day. Yep. ATD Studio says, I inherited a Breitling Avenger Seawolf Titanium from my father and it stopped running after a popping noise. Should I send it to Breitling or find a local watch repair person? Speak to TikTokwatchrepairs.com before you send it to anybody else. Talk to my watchmaker, tell him I sent you, and he'll he'll be able to tell you if you should take it to them or if you want to take it to him. He handles all of my watches, so I guarantee you he can handle yours. But he will at least be honest with you about taking it somewhere else. Patrick says, you have a really good British accent. Thank you. I appreciate it. People from the UK hate it. But too bad, because I stopped caring about their opinion around 1776. Metal guitar. I've had too much coffee, by the way. Third one. I'm just kidding. Hey, Seiko. Oh. What, you want treats? Yep. What? Matt C. with the super chat says, my wife got me a GBDH 1000 for Father's Day. The run button stopped in 5 days. I love the watch, but should I get another or go with something else? I think you should tell Casio. Like, you should tell them immediately. The longer you wait, the less likely they will be to help. But that's, I think, abnormal. Nick Silverstein says, try a Scottish accent. Can you do Scottish accent? No. I tried it. There. I did. They're giving me a refund. Well then, I mean, I don't blame you if you don't want to get the same watch that kind of crapped out on you, but I've had zero problems with the watch. The only thing that I'm complaining about is, or the only thing I would complain about is the fact that when you hit the run button on GPS, it takes like 5 minutes sometimes to find a GPS signal. Another thing that bothers me about the watch, and I mentioned this, oh no, I didn't mention this because it didn't happen when I was reviewing it. It happened after my review, is typically it has an auto function. So when you start running, it'll notice that you're running and it'll immediately pick up your pace, your route, and it'll calculate it for you. Well, I ran and I did a 2-mile run and I was going for time. I was very proud of it. And then I looked down at my watch and it didn't pick it up. And I was very frustrated. So I guess the auto feature is hit or miss. So I recommend hitting the run button and not relying on the auto feature. That was kind of bothering me. Because I was hoofing it so hard that I wasn't even looking at the watch to see if it was tracking me. I was just like, I did a 2-mile run for time, and then it didn't track it, which was a huge bummer. Daniel Hill says, hey, what do you think of hairless Egyptian cats? I think they're actually kind of cute. Got a New York accent, that's the thing. Forget about it. New York, the Big Apple. I think hairless cats are kind of freaky. But if they're kitty cats, then they're cute, and I love them. Joe Cool, what would American food be without enlightenment of Mexican and Italian cuisine? Probably barbecue. This taco says, I really hate to be that guy, but that's why the Apple Watch is best watch for working out. Then you probably don't really work out. Jaws the Stampede. Jaws, can you email info@thetimetellershop.com? Info@thetimetellershop.com, please. By the way. William Carey says, hello, good sir. Email it again. He says, I did. Email it one more time. Awesome. can't hear you, Jory. I'm running with only an Apple Watch and a pair of AirPods. Yeah, that's sick. I totally understand the appeal of an Apple Watch. I just don't think it makes up for a real watch. Look at that sapphire crystal. Yeah, this is sick. The T3 Timinator. Metro21 says, "Hi, sir. I love your content." Well, thank you so much. Would a 7S26 hold up in 105-degree heat, my sweaty wrist while hiking through? Yeah, absolutely. Dude, this is my SKX with a 7S26. I've beaten the heck out of this watch, and it's still keeping, like, practically within COSC standard time. Taco, I know you own real watches. Obviously, you've been watching my channel forever. I know you. I'm just saying, I think, I see the appeal and functionality of an Apple Watch. I just don't think that it's a viable comparison or alternative to a real watch. Best deployant clasp? I don't really use them much. I think Hirsch has some that people like. Until I really find one I'm super passionate about, I don't really care about deployant clasps, if I'm totally honest. Will your taste for cars eventually morph into snooty brands like Audi, Mercedes, and BMW? I have a taste for those. I don't think that... See, I believe I'm a car enthusiast. You don't have to own certain cars to be an avid enthusiast of them. For instance, my dream... here's my top dream cars. Okay, I've always wanted a Jeep. I have a Jeep. I've always wanted an STI ever since the STI 22B came out. I don't own... We never got the 22Bs in North America. So I always wanted an STI. When the WRX was really big here in the early 2000s, I remember I got a magazine. We were flying to LA. We lived in New England at the time. We were visiting family here in LA, and there was an ad. It was like a Car and Driver. There was a full ad for the new WRX, and I asked my dad if I could get one of those when I first started driving. I was too young. I wasn't driving. I was like, when I start driving, can I have one of these? Because I was obsessed with rally drivers. My dad's like, that's a lot of car for you, Jory. And I showed him. It only took me until I was 30 years old, but I bought myself an STI. So that's a bucket list car for me. But my all-time grail cars is a 190E Mercedes-Benz Cosworth Evo 2. That's a Mercedes. Another bucket list car would be a 1993 964 Porsche RS America. That's a Porsche. I mean, I can't afford that car right now. And the 190E Cosworth Evo 2 is pretty much unobtainium. But, yeah. Have I ever watched Top Gear? Yes. Used to absolutely love Top Gear. Inspired me to get out of the fashion watch cave and now have a huge horology passion and collection, Roy Brace says. Question, as a fellow glasses wearer, what do you opt for? What brands? Well, I used to be big on Ray-Ban. And then I learned about Warby Parker. Now, this is not an ad. I refuse to give them advertising because they won't pay me until I get a sponsorship from them. But they do have an incredible business model. You get really cool looking glasses for under $100. Glasses and lenses, or I should say frames and lenses. So, I mean, yeah, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm not very hoity-toity when it comes to my glasses. Let me put it that way. Although I did see some Cartier sunglasses, and I was like, those are pretty nice. But then I was like, yeah, I just don't care enough about glasses to spend a ton of money on them. So. Mona Lifta, what's the fastest speed you've driven and where? I'm not going to incriminate myself that way. Matt B says Warby. Daniel Hill, do your cats eat Blue Brand? They eat grain-free, anything grain-free. They really like Crave, C-R-A-V-E. That's grain-free, really high protein content. But I don't like giving them anything that has grains because the cats. I'm not a veterinarian, obviously, so I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, but cats don't need to metabolize carbohydrates the way other animals do. So, yeah, I get them anything that's grain-free, and I've noticed they really like Crave. Can we do a wristwatch check on the cats? Well, Seiko is a Seiko. Awesome, Jaws. I'll check out the email when I'm done live streaming here. Do they crave it? Well, Seiko... Link is enormous. I don't know if you guys have seen Link in all his glory, but he is enormous. And even the vet is like, this is a muscular cat. Like he's 15 pounds of like pure muscle. The vet is like, he's bigger than he normally would be, but he's not overweight. He's just like a muscular cat. And you'll see him, he'll lean on something and put his arms up to like look like maybe over a windowsill, and his back is like it's insane. But what's funny is he's not nearly as interested in food as Seiko is. Now Seiko is just a little loaf. She's like this little pudgy loaf ball. And the vet says she's not overweight, but I think she's just a little chubby princess. So, yeah. It's so funny. She'll lay down on her side, and I'm like, what is this little brick of furry dough doing here on the floor? And you poke it, and she's like, brrr. So he's you just as a buff cat. Exactly. Linky! Linky! I think he might be in his little cave. Oh, hi, Seiko. Where's your brother? Link! Linky! Seiko just poked her head out. She's like, food? We need Link merch. Man, that might be a good idea to have some cat merch. Linky! Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy boy. Everybody's talking about you. Everybody's talking about you. Everybody wants to know, where's Linky? He just woke up. He was in his ninja cave. Link has a little ninja cave that I've made for him that he goes and he hangs out. You can tell he just woke up. He's purring, of course. His little pink nose. He is my best friend of all time. He has a little belly. Oh, he's purring. Now that I have all of his white hair on me, is your buddy making more of the same watch, or is it just an exclusive? Well, he made it for me, but I think if you wrote to him and you asked him to build the T3 Timinator, he would. He absolutely would. Gerbagger says, how many people are perfectly fine with just Jory kitty love for the next hour? Linky, you want to be on the live stream some more? My cat would have your cat in a fight. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. I don't think you've seen him. It's like when people are like, oh, I beat you up. You look like a beta. And then I stand up and they're like, oh, just kidding. I'm behind a computer screen and I'm actually a wuss. People think that they could fight me, but I don't think they've actually seen me because you see me from here up. First time I've heard a cat called muscular. Well, most living things have musculature, so if he didn't have muscles, he wouldn't be able to move. Nick Silverstein seems like a weirdo. Just gonna go ahead and say that. Have I ever gone to a pet shop intending to stay only 10 minutes and you stay an hour? Well, Daniel Hill, it's actually very funny because Connie wanted to go to the animal shelter. So first of all, we don't go to pet stores. I would rather adopt, especially in the greater Los Angeles area, the animal shelters are just inundated with animals, and instead of them being euthanized, I would rather save some of them. So all my pets that we've had, we haven't purchased through a pet store or breeder. We actually have gotten them through animal shelters. And so Connie wanted to just randomly go to, this was like 4 years ago, she just wanted to go to an animal shelter just to feed some of the animals there. And we played with some of the dogs and like gave them treats, whatever. And then we went into the cat room and I walked, we were walking by the cages and this cat, boom, stuck his little paws through the cage and grabbed my face. And I turn and look, and it's this little white and black cat, and he's like, meow, and he was like yelling at me. And he was just like grabbing onto me and grabbing onto my shirt, and he was like, meow, meow, like yelling at me. And all the other cats, you know, they were looking and some of them were meowing, but he like lunged out and grabbed me. And I was like, well, and I looked at Connie and we were like, okay, we like have to buy this cat now. And so we bought him, and it was Linky. And Linky's been the most affectionate cat ever since. So he was like, mine. And so he didn't want to be in the shelter anymore. So we got him when he was like couple months old, I think. He was tiny. And now he's 4. Do you do the whole EDC thing? Yeah, we talk about it on the membership, on the Discord chat. Mona Lifta, it sounds like you have a lot of the same interests as me. We have a members only Discord chat, $4.99 a month to be a channel member, and you get access to that Discord chat. We have full threads for weightlifting, for cars, for EDC, things like that. Just a ton of stuff. Food, anything. Movies. Used to have a Hemingway cat named Bernadette. Oh, that's cute. Eric Smith said, "I bought a tuna because of you. Well, you were the nail in the coffin. Good purchase. The only thing is the bezel action is wonky as hell. Mine is pretty smooth." That fellow there, Certified T3 and moderator, says, "Become a channel member by clicking the join button. You'll receive a Discord link." It's true. You will. Dan Wazi, Certified T3 says, "Well worth the money." Appreciate that, bro. That, let me see. Favorite movie genre? It really depends. Thrillers are fun. Protagonist has to solve something. There's, you know, something at stake, limited amounts of time. It's engaging, compelling. I tend to have fun with those. That, I like anime. I like Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze is probably one of the best movies ever. That's it. Extra live stream for the channel members debuted this past Wednesday. We've been doing it for a while, but we showed a sneak peek to the main channel. And we have one extra episode a week as well. So that's 2 extra pieces of content every week for the channel members. Do you feel all-wheel drive owns all, or would you rock a perfectly balanced rear-wheel drive? Well, I had a track-built 370 before I got my STI, so I'm totally fine with rear-wheel drive. I really like rear-wheel drive. My 2 Grail cars are my 2 bucket list cars that I haven't owned already are rear-wheel drive. But I prefer now owning an all-wheel drive. But my track-built 370 handled so well. Thomas Luke, how's being in your 30s treating you, man? Well, age 30 was a good one. Age 30 was a very good one. But I just turned 31 a few days ago, about a week ago actually. And 2020's been rough. Just gonna say that. 2020's been difficult. So it's not bad. Life is incredible, and I'm doing things I'd never be able to do had I not chosen to, go into the watch stuff. But I think just there's so much negativity that you gotta find the positivity, and you have to be stubbornly positive sometimes. And it can be tiring, but it's worth it. So sometimes when you feel a little bit down or a little bit tired, you just gotta keep a stiff upper lip and be stubbornly positive sometimes. That's just what it is. So the 30s so far treating me pretty dang good. Matt B, Certified T3 Bot, says, "Dude, you are crushing 2020 big time. Some of your best episodes yet and killer live streams." Well, I appreciate that. I couldn't have done any of that without you. Mona Lifta says, "Where focus goes, energy flows. Be like water, my friend." Amen to that. I added a little Bruce Lee quip there. Mark Rushworth says, "In the UK, in the UK, we're opposed to, we're opposite. Sorry, I thought you said opposed. We're opposite. We live in pessimism. I wish we had the US attitude." Yeah, people talk a lot of trash about Americans, that we're dumb, we're all fat, and all we do is eat fast food, but we're tough. So that's, I mean, those are pretty much the only things people complain about, and that's fine. The one huge complaint is one that Durbagger has, which America is not really known for watchmaking right now, and that's a huge bummer, and I hate it. The UK is pretty cool. I want to visit someday. Well, Matt B, you and me both, because I want to go and visit Lee Bishop and fight him. So I'm going to go to Wales. We're going to televise it and live stream it, and I'm going to fist fight Lee Bishop in Wales. And then it's going to be sponsored, hopefully, by, I don't know. He can choose the sponsors. It's probably going to be something stupid like, I don't know, what do they eat in Wales? I was going to say Vegemite, but that's Australian. We're going to get a sponsored event, and I'm going to fist fight Lee Bishop. Welsh cakes. Adam H says, my mom wants to ride in a black cab. Is that still a thing? A lorry. Isn't a lorry a truck? Shaq says, love you, Jory. You're the man. No, you're the man. Yeah, I want to eat bangers and mash. I want to eat proper fish and chips. I want to eat shepherd's pie. I want to eat some good Indian food for once. Gotta get a lorry. Marmite. Thank you, James. James Pratt, certified tea through. Exactly. Not Vegemite. Marmite. Mark Rushworth says, yes, black cabs are still a thing. Yes, lorry is a truck. Thank you. Will I learn some Welsh? Dude, no way. You think that, like, Asian languages are complicated, or like Cyrillic, Slavic languages are complicated? Have you heard Welsh? What? That's a language. I don't get it. Thomas, yeah, man, I speak it. I went to a private high school for a little while, and there was a Welsh guy that like spoke Welsh, and we were like, oh, like you have an accent. Yeah, we get it. Like you speak Welsh English, like you have an accent. Like I speak American. And he was like, no, like I speak Welsh. And we were like, what? And then he was like, I was like, what are you speaking? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I wish I could speak it. And then I'd start my own Welsh-based or Wales-based watch channel, and I would fight Lee Bishop also. Shane, who is a Kiwi, I believe. He's from New Zealand. He says, my wife is Welsh. Daniel Hill says, Jory, when people buy your watches, can they have your autograph? Yeah, they do. I don't really see it as an autograph, but I do write handwritten notes, thank you notes, to every person who's purchased a watch from my site. I write handwritten thank you cards, and I do sign them. I don't really consider it an autograph because I'm not really worthy of that title, but yeah, I do sign it, of course, because it's a thank you letter. In cursive? Yes, it is in cursive, of course. Daniel Hill, pick up a watch, and you'll get me signing off on it. And I don't just say, like, thanks. It's like an actual letter. So, and we could be pen pals. Am I into K-pop? Dr. Joe. What's up, Linky? Do you like K-pop? Joe, I was really late. I was really late to the party. That's not a gang sign. It's K-pop. Wristwatch check. Custom T3 Timinator. Dirtbagger, I don't know. I don't have pricing. You're going to have to speak to 4:44 p.m. I wish I had a price for you. May contain bleach certified T3 bot says, I wish I would have pulled the trigger on the Elgin cushion case you had at the shop. That one went very fast. Very, very fast. Matt B, sorry, he's not for sale. Clockwork with the super chat. Dude, where have you been? I asked my moderators about you in our moderator thread on Discord because I was concerned. I was like, have you guys seen or heard anything from him? Dude, I miss you, bro. And I haven't broken the Invicta because I was like, I don't know if he even watches me anymore. Sakari, certified T3 bot, says, I think there's something appropriate about an Aussie brand sponsoring a fight between a Welshman and a Jewish American. Why? Because it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, Clockwork, I am so happy you are, like, still around. I'm honored. Thank you so much, bro. And I'm glad that you're busy. It's good to be busy, especially right now. By the way, Sakari, I'm not a Jewish American. I'm American. And yes, I happen to be Jewish, but I'm not about all this hyphenation when it comes to me. I'm just an American. Matt C, where do I get the T3 Timinator? You gotta go to 4:44 p.m. On Instagram. Actually, I just realized that I can type for you. I'm an idiot. 4:44 p.m. Check him out on Instagram. That's what it is. And click that. Go there. Tell him I sent you and you want the T3. Well, if you say you want the T3 Timinator, he'll know that I sent you because I have the first one. But check it out. It's incredible. It is incredible. And as a threaded crown. 200 meter water resistance rating. Cat hair not included. Daniel Hill, I do have a small Cuban link bracelet, actually, that was given to me. I don't wear it because I was doing jiu-jitsu. And you don't really wear bracelets or watches for that matter. And then I did wear a necklace for a very long time with a chai on it. You can see it on my earlier episodes. Chai is the Hebrew word for life. But again, jiu-jitsu, I didn't want to wear something that can get pulled off, so I gave it, it's in Connie's safekeeping now. So she sometimes wears it for me until I decide that I want to wear it again, and then I'll wear it. But like, she wore it yesterday. So it's safer with her than if I just left it somewhere, so. No cat hair with the watch, big deal breaker. Sakari, you didn't offend me, dude. We'll fight in Canada. So it's like neutral ground. So we're not going to fight in the US and we're not going to fight in Wales. Lee Bishop and I will fight in Canada. Robin says, since you're one of the very few YouTubers that's not afraid of Chinese watches, like the Seagull 1963, what's your opinion on Sega designs? Sega designs. I don't know anything about them. Let me Google. By the way, we're almost at 100 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. But let me take a look. Looks like they are trying to make... Sorry, my phone told me that it's dying. Looks like they're trying to make a Richard Mille, and I don't like Richard Mille, so I'm just not really into this one. But it has nothing to do with them being Chinese. It's just this is, you know, not a thing I like. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I really don't care where a watch comes from. I care about the quality and if it piques my interest. So, could be from anywhere. Could be from Antarctica. Actually, if there was an Antarctica watch company, I would be very interested. But guys, thank you. My devices are telling me they're running out of battery, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap it up. I want to thank, Clockwork, first of all, the super chat says, thank you for the concern, brother. I appreciate it. Try to be more active on the Discord. Well, I don't want to pull you away from whatever you're doing. I'm just very blessed and happy that you are here. So, here's the deal. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for chilling with me on kind of a weird time. Sweet as Shane, sweet as Kia ora to my Kiwis out there in New Zealand. Thank you for chilling with me on this kind of weird time. I know it was a little late and it was because I had to pick up this watch, my T3 Timinator modded Seiko diver. I'm going to do a full review here in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Remember, fathers, dads, whatever you want to call them, they were typically the ones that got us into watch collecting, so special thanks to those. I know my dad did. The only reason I am what I am today is because my dad got me into wristwatches. So, thank you for hanging out with me. Happy Father's Day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Special thanks to my channel moderators. Round of applause for my channel moderators. We can't do these without the moderators keeping the peace, making sure that everybody's in line, or else they lay down the hammer. Special thanks to 4:44 p.m. for making me an amazing birthday present, my T3 Timinator. And special thanks to you guys for hanging out with me. So stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Get out of your comfort zone. I promise things are starting to open up. Things are starting to look good. Please get out of your comfort zone. I couldn't have started this channel doing these live streams in front of hundreds of people every week without being, you know, a little bit uncomfortable. And now I love it. I look forward to it every single week. And then that's number one. Number two, tell someone you love them, especially right now when we're a little bit, you know, shut in. Doesn't mean we have to self-isolate. So, yeah, I'll start it off. I love you guys, each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Just have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday or wherever it is that you are. And I will see my channel members on the Discord chat. So thank you for hanging out. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Sick watch, bro.